I'm glad you pulled the video up because I had it in my head that you could see my legs. And like full disclosure, I'm not wearing pants right now. And like I know they can't see that I'm not wearing pants, but there was a little bit of a fear in me that I was like, they all know you're not wearing pants.
I mean, I can crop it out in the.
But then I would be flashing them. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You could like Photoshop it so they're like our pants on.
Oh my god, that'd be sick, dude. Can I get like Hulk pants? Those
Ooh,
purple
shit.
Swishy pants. No?
Sure, honey.
Thanks, hun. I don't know why you laugh like
Christmas.
that. Hulk pants are great. All right, we ready to start?
All
the
right.
episode?
Yeah.
Rock it.
These are the gems you missed from what we cut at the beginning of the episode.
Man,
Yeah,
I want to be
gems.
all the time.
Hello, lore heads, and welcome to the League, exploring the League of Legends lore from A to Z. My name is Rebecca.
And I'm John.
My name is Mark.
Today we're talking about the Noxian Grand General Swain, who was released October 5th, 2010.
Yeah. And this is a very special episode because we are also joined by our friend, and you may recognize the name if you actually stay until the end of the episodes, Shupamoustache.
Hello, guys.
Hello. I like Mark just like doing this little golf clap. It's like, yay.
Very good.
It's like all the people who'd like lost at the end of a Smash Brothers match. How they all just have to clap.
I'm way more enthused than that Link who lost or whatever.
I mean, I always win, so.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Got to play against John.
I got him bad now.
You haven't played in a while. I wouldn't say you're bad, but you're rusty.
Yeah.
And old.
Yeah, shake it off.
And old. That's right. Shupa's old too.
Oh, okay. Sick.
God damn it.
Now, why did you decide to join us for Swain?
You know, I kind of hoped that Swain would be a nice mix of everything with lore of the world itself, interesting story, and demonology. I mean, yeah,
We got so much about the demons.
It's a very pregnant pause at the end of that statement.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get into it a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the bio is by David Slagle.
Well, are we going to do our impressions, John?
Oh, God,
Sure.
I forgot.
And
I should've let you
like,
skip.
What's on the universe page even, right? Like,
Because I can't...
God, I'm skipping all
my
over the place.
voice is not going to get this Swain level deep.
Oh, you got this.
Okay. I actually went through the quotes, John. Are you proud of
Oh,
me?
nice. I am a little proud of you and also a little disappointed because I do have a quote game.
Oh, I didn't see all of
fuck.
them. But I was looking at his taunts towards people specifically, and he had one towards Draven that I thought was really good. Oh, God, I'm so sorry about this. It's just going to sound like cyberpop Swain.
I love it.
Fame has gone to your head and found ample room within.
Ha, got him.
yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
So good they used it in Runeterra.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They were proud
they
of
go.
that joke.
It's a good one. I can't lie. Okay, who's next? Who's next on the old
Want
Swain
to take
train?
it away, Shupa?
Yeah, sure, I'll go. The problem is I have to drink whiskey for like 30 more years to actually get the voice down.
I know, right?
Smoke a few cigars, like.
Okay, I'll go for a kill quote. When he
Nice.
kills someone. That is one way to surrender.
Nice.
He's got such good quotes.
He does.
He's got so many good quotes.
I want to play Swain for the next 12 hours.
Right?
Honestly, I want to stop recording and go play 12 Swain games in a row.
Do it. You can play Swain support. Okay, I'll do a long one. Okay, so he lives down here. Blah, blah, blah. You can sit on a throne. That doesn't make you a ruler. It only means you have an arse.
Yeah, nice. I knew you were going to be good at this one. I was like, oh, Mark's got that range. He sounds like a man.
All right, my turn. The demon is always in the detail.
I like it. Lean into it, right?
All right, hold on. Who is it we're fighting? I only see their backs. Which means we know that it's probably Noxians they're fighting, because other people you wouldn't be able to see their backs, you just see armor.
Yes, but Noxians never turn their backs. And that's why they don't have armor.
Yeah.
Well, he has crows everywhere, or ravens everywhere,
Ooh,
so he can
that's
see
fair.
their backs no matter which way they're facing.
What is
Does
it?
Swain?
What is this? Like Schrodinger's Noxian? Like,
I was gonna say, does Swain see him like? You ever see when people set their in-game camera to see 360 degrees and they see like front? Is he like a crab or like what's going on with that shit with the ravens?
So confusing. Do you also think that he gets like kind of mad whenever someone calls him crows by accident?
Probably. Honestly,
I
I
mean-
feel like the best example we get of how his vision works is probably in the Wild Rift cinematic.
Yeah, it's true actually. I thought you were gonna say the bio. Well, no.
Oh, eh.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
man, I have a very bad idea of how it looks now when he uses his W. It's like an old hip hop clip where you can see the entire world with a 360 cam. Oh, that's such a good image.
He's just like confused, like, oh, what the fuck? That gives me a headache.
I need some ibuprofen. You only have aspirin? Oh, that will do.
That's the real curse of the demon. You just get a
Right.
That's great. All right, on the universe page, there's a bio, 3 short stories, and a video, which is like his release. It's not great. It's fine. I don't think I'd ever seen it. I was just excited to see Swain in a cinematic, and then it was over. I
Well, you
was like, oh, look, it's Swain. Oh, that's it. Okay.
hey, you got to see his back.
I was
You got
going
to
to
see the
say,
arm.
notably, we see his back,
I did see his back. His back was sick, dude.
and it was turned to us the whole time like a fake Noxian.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. The bio. I have fucking a lot of notes for this
Oh,
bio.
shit. Okay,
It's just
okay.
long. There's just
Everything's
so much
different. You
shit
read the
in it.
quotes. You got a bunch of notes.
Yeah, no.
The fuck's happening?
What happened is Poppy slept long enough that I could do this all while she was sleeping, rather than trying to rush do it while John's putting her to sleep right before we record. Plus, I was stoked about Swain.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Swain was a normal, noble boy in Noxus. While chillin', he heard of a secret group called the Black Rose who whispered about a pale woman. They say pale woman a lot in all the Swain shit.
Take a shot every time they say pale woman in a piece of Swain lore and then die. Okay?
Anyway, the pale woman wanted to overthrow Darkwill. Swain executed members of this secret group, including his own parents.
Which is a nice break to the formula. A lot of the times you start out and it's like, oh, the parents died. But this one, it's like, nah, I killed the parents.
It's so, like, matter of fact. Yeah, his own
Right?
parents. Noxus is more important.
Yeah, it's just, you know what that is? He's a master strategist. He was just out planning the Riot riders. He's like, they're going to kill them anyway. Not today. He's 3 steps ahead.
He's 5 steps ahead of you realizing that he's 10
You're
steps
10
ahead of you. Or
Yes.
however the fuck that quote goes.
They're 5 steps. No shit. No, I
Away
don't
from
remember.
realizing they're 10 steps behind. Is that it?
Something like that. Yeah.
I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Anywho.
Anywho, Mama and Papa had to go. He learned they were looking for some dark power in the Immortal Bastion. I think this is like the first time he has some kind of dark vision of it. Some bad vibes in his belly. That's kind of what it sounded like. Swain was rewarded for disposing of the Black Rose, and he was granted some kind of special army shit. I don't know. It was like, here, join the army and go places. Which that seems
Like a
weird.
commission or some shit,
Commission? What does that even mean in the army? I'm sorry, I'm very dumb.
It means you get to be an
Help us
officer.
out.
Yeah.
Oh.
You basically get control, or like, you can tell people what to do a little bit.
Okay.
Within
And they
reason.
super got to do it.
Yeah.
You super duper have to listen to me, guys. I killed my parents for this.
It's either that or peeling potatoes.
Anyway, Swain got a rep for creating Noxtora in Shurima, which through Googling is a portal to Noxus. That's what I learned. Am I wrong? Did I read that wrong?
Is it a portal?
I don't think it's a portal. I think it's
actual
just
portals?
those big, those big arches that we've been talking about that Noxus just fucking puts everywhere.
It's like
Sure.
it's like a sign of just Noxian authority. I think the point is that he had a very successful.
I own this now.
He just made big statues? I thought he was making portals. Why did they call it portals? I'm never Googling anything again.
Fair.
I look like a fucking idiot right now.
But I do have it in my notes. I have some question marks with it because are there like toll gates? Do you have to pay to pass through them?
Yeah.
Is
I
it
wouldn't
like-
be surprised because
Is it a
Noxus,
watchdog?
as we know, is kind of broke. So
They
by
make
having
tolls?
to pay the tolls
What is
through
this? The fucking
Piltover.
I-95? Like, get the fuck out
Right?
of here.
Well, I think the thing is they put them multiple up on a road, so I can imagine just be like, "Oh, I hate this fucking toll. Look at all the ones we got." Like you just like see them on the horizon.
They got to go to their map and select, like, the no toll route.
no Noxtura route.
Okay, but
so
you're gonna
long.
go through Acacia, and that shit's fucked.
Right.
Oh,
Just
that's
letting you
true.
know.
Yeah,
You're
because
gonna have to go through the Psycholique. Enjoy.
it's so weird because in his bio it's mentioned that he raised countless of them. How
Yeah.
much money does that cost? Whoa.
Right?
Maybe that's why they're fucking broke, Swain. Stop building, like, weird arches for no fucking reason, dude.
They're pretty.
He's over there.
It's
What?
my art, Mom. From beyond.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It started as one arch and now it's just an entire tunnel to Shurima.
Anyway, over time, Swain realized Darkwill's ambitions were more greed-focused, and when they invaded Ionia, he came to the conclusion that Darkwill was just big old dumbass. So Swain was severely injured at the Battle of the Placidium. While he was dying, a raven approached to eat his remains, which feels like super rude. Swain felt that that familiar old badness in his belly,
That
that
Swain
darkness.
pain.
That's
Did you prepare that shit ahead of time? Do you have written down on a notepad Swain pain? Underline,
on his
underline,
hand.
underline.
make it say Swain pain at some point.
Act nonchalant about
That's
great
Swain
joke.
pain. That's so good. God damn it! Why do I even do these bios? Anyway, Swain felt the Swain pain when he looked deep into those ravens' eyes and saw the pale woman and realized he did not get rid of the Black Rose and they were now controlling Darkwill. This seemed kind of all part of LeBlanc's plan. She's like, you know what I gotta do? Make Swain kill his parents. Fuck those guys.
Got him. They weren't even part of the Black Rose. Fuck you, Swain.
Pranked.
You're
LeBlanc's
on
prank
candid
channel.
camera.
Just pranked a 20-year-old for the fun of it. Oh,
Swain, there's a camera right there. He's like, fuck.
Yeah, I really killed him. Though, is the thing.
You got me.
Next time on Punked.
Wow.
Anyway, Swain knew he wasn't seeing all of this because of the Raven, so when he got back to Noxus, I don't know if they say how he lived, by the way, because they say that he's dying, he felt the Swain pain, and then he's just, like, up and about now. I mean, he's still very, very hurt. And he was, like, thrown out of the army. They're like, you're useless to us now.
yeah, because it doesn't seem like he gets his demon hand here, right? That's
Not
what
yet,
we
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
he's on the verge of death and then just walks up, like stands up and
It's
walks
that-
away.
I feel like
That
that
Raven
happened a
inspired
few
him.
times in this bio where it skipped over something
It
incredibly
did.
important.
There's a lot of yada 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 here. Here's another yada
Yeah.
yada yada. He got back to Noxus, decided to seek out the demon in the immortal Bastion. It's a little vague here on the time between this moment and when he actually overthrows Darkwill. This is just a big black hole. It just says that the preparations took many years and then they overthrew Darkwill in a night and now Swain has a demon.
Yeah. The quote here too is Swain stared into that darkness, seeing what even it could not, a way to wield it. Mm-hmm. We don't know what that fucking way is, and they sure as hell don't tell us.
No, I don't think Riot knows either. I'm going to be honest. They're like, demons, we like the idea.
Yeah.
We don't know how to expand on that, though. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to figure out where I was. We all know what happened, though. He seized control, created the Triferix, so no one person could hold all the power. His approach to ruling Noxus is really just like, if you love it here, you have a place here, even the Black Rose, and you want to kill me, that's fine. So the end of his bio is also vague, just that the demon has given Swain knowledge of more greater dangers outside of Noxus. Who knows which one? There's innumerable dangers outside of world-ending dangers. I'm assuming the void, but it doesn't say. It's one of the many, many catastrophes.
Just on the brink of happening.
That's kind of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all I'm saying is Swain should have been in Sentinels of Light. That's all I'm saying. I'm just gonna.
I mean, yes.
That would have
been more
like,
interesting.
what was he doing?
Sure.
We don't know.
Watching, apparently.
He was just
we
hanging
know
out.
he saw it. We know he saw it.
Right? He saw it before everybody else saw it.
Can't. Yeah.
Yeah, he can't not see it.
You know,
Especially with all the killing that was going on.
I mean, it would have been more interesting to have people who are more. I know, like, I guess Pike is kind of a villain, right? But Swain, it seems like he'd be a lot more fun, and then you could really have him running up against like Aurelia, and maybe maybe that would help facilitate Aurelia and Riven kind of coming more to terms, because it's like, yeah, Riven, you're like, I don't like you, I'm Aurelia, but we both don't like Swain, and maybe we can find common ground there. I like that idea a lot, frankly.
That would have been
Plus,
nice.
he would like fly as shit.
He
in
would
that
look
Sentinel outfit.
so fucking good, though.
I also kind of like the morally grayness of Swain, bouncing off like the fun part of Gwen. That's like really happy all the time.
Yeah.
I think that would be
What a pair.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's not forget that this would have been Swain as written, like, by the people who wrote Sentinels of Light. So he would have, I don't know, like a crow would have come along and like farted
raven.
or some shit.
Yeah.
A raven, right?
No,
it
a
wouldn't be
raven
crow,
would
'cause they
poop
would
on
have
someone.
They
Oh,
would
the
have pooped
crow.
on someone. Yeah. They would have forgotten that it was ravens. They would have said it was a crow, and it would have pooped on Rengar or some shit.
Yeah. It gets stuck all in his cat hair.
Just anything that happened, he would have been like, I saw that happening.
Oh, you're right.
Oh my god. Okay, stop.
As foreseen.
You're making
Then he
it
get
worse.
crushed under a building.
But this is actually one of my main problems with Swain. It's the same problem I have with Akshan. You open Pandora's box here. If you tell me that Swain can see everything that's gonna happen, I mean, the stakes are gone, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Which I guess they get around a little bit. Because I don't think, he doesn't have like the
Unknowable.
the
sight.
He's not
super sight.
omniscient.
Yeah.
It's mostly
Yeah.
when someone dies, his crows or his ravens extract their secrets. So if it's something, I mean, they do also just watch people too, like dicks. But if it's a secret that's held by someone who's not dead, then he doesn't
Where does
necessarily
it say
know
that's what the
one.
ravens do? Am I a fucking idiot?
I mean,
They-
Is that in the
somewhere.
bio? I'm so stupid.
No.
Do I have
We-
critical reading skills?
no, not at all. Like, right, I think, like, because you said there's so much yada yada yada, we are pulling all of this so much from like context clues and other pieces related to other champions that we've read, that we can kind of construct an understanding of how Swain works. But to the core of it, to the heart of it all, is like you said, it's like big pieces that are super vague. There's like they really lean so heavily, it's almost a crutch of like Swain is mysterious and unknowable, and that means we don't have to explain any of this shit.
They do that a lot.
They do that a lot, and I guess maybe Swain's probably one of the best people to try and do that with. But I think the other big thing is that this rework happened in like 2018. That's like 5 years ago.
Shut up. No, it happened like a few months back. Stop it.
So it's like the concept, like how demons and shit existed in Runeterra, was probably way less developed than it is now. So if they came back to him, they would probably hammer out more of this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they also, with the rework, or was it with Fiddle 6 release, I don't remember, but we basically get like a page from Swain's notebook detailing all the demons, and they're like, here is this, see you in 10 years. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the timeline that we kind of have to work with Riot on, though, is that like we accept that, I don't know who it was we did relatively recently, where they were kind of a new champion, and it's like, oh, they haven't gotten a lot, but they've only been out for like 2 years. It's fine. They're a baby in the lore like time scale, right? So when you know, it's like I kind of almost accept that things are going to move very slowly. They've got a lot of shit to update, as we've evidenced in this podcast, right? So
He's still cool as hell.
he is.
He's so cool.
He is. I mean, it is like, I guess if he had more stories to prop up some of this, maybe it wouldn't feel so like, but it does feel that way because it's like, oh man, how does it feel to kill your parents? What put him in the mindset of being like, yeah, fuck familial bonds, right? Empire above all, right? Like, why does he think that? I don't know.
Yeah, it also would be weird that, like, if his parents are already trying to destroy the empire, then why would they teach him those values, right? So where does he get it?
Yeah, it's true.
He's listening to a lot of pro-empire podcasts.
Propaganda got him. I like it.
He was the demographic, man. They found it.
The pipeline, yeah. It is. Yeah, I don't know. I think, I mean, like you kind of said at the start, Shupa, I was really, really excited for Swain because we've really liked all the ways we've seen him. And I think maybe we should just tempered our expectations a little bit. Like, you know, they're probably not going to get into him as deep as we want. You know, kind of like Jarvan, kind of like Aurelia a little bit.
Yeah, I was pretty sure we had gone over everything that we were going to learn. I mean, the most recent Swain stuff we have is the Katarina comic, which he's in so little. And I feel like that's the best view we get of him from the outside, I guess, if that makes sense. And I guess seeing Swain from Katarina's point of view is really cool because she's also just going by trust in herself that she's trusting the right person, I guess. She also doesn't know what possessed him to kill his parents. So I guess as an outsider, that's fun. But yeah, I always want to get inside the head of the champion. There's very few champions that I'm like, I don't need to be in their head. Kog'Maw. But I got it. But Swain, I want to get deep in that skull.
I know.
Crawling.
It is hard because I think that, like I said, he's probably one of the better ones to kind of tease you with that, like, you want to know what's going on in there, but you won't know. I think if he was the exception to that, then I would be like, okay, I'm excited for if they ever finally get us a little Swain inside. But I feel like this is not, I don't trust Riot. Yeah, I think it's just like, I don't have all the answers for all this shit, so he's vague and mysterious, right?
I am excited for him in the future. I'll go ahead.
So I do want to say, though, everything that we got, I think is, like, almost fantastic. Like, I love the stories. I love the bio. The comic is in there for 2 pages, but what an entrance, right?
Oh my god. Oh, that so full-page splash.
It's still the best. It's still so good, dude. It's still so good.
I know, right? But I think that's the problem here. They gave us so much good stuff that we want more.
Yeah.
We need more. Just plain and simple.
Yeah.
Needs it.
We need it.
I agree. I completely agree. I think you're absolutely right. I really liked his color story too, even though he's, you know, it's not his perspective and it's really just again an outsider's, but it works super hard. I liked it a lot. You know, I also just need more. I want more. I need more. I need that Swain in my life.
I need the Swain pain.
I can take it. Give it to me.
The color story as well, like, it's like really short, and again, like you said, it's from the eyes of another person, but it shows like the 2 sides of Swain, like this immortal demon king that just terrifies everybody, and this old frail man who you're like, oh well, I'll just push him over and he'll probably die.
I didn't think he was that old. He's got like 8 gray hairs, man.
Once you get 1 gray hair, that's it.
Oh my god, I've been getting gray hair since I was like in my early 20s.
I get called old every day on this Discord server. Okay? If that guy is not ancient, I don't know what to say.
The Discord server's young. It makes us feel ancient too.
It's a skewed demographic.
Yeah.
I do like the idea that you could just like his biggest enemy is just a set of steep stairs. He's like, oh,
I can't do it. Help me, Ravens.
LeBlanc, you did this.
No, pale woman. I guess he doesn't know her name.
It's food that's just slightly too hard to chew.
God. Swain's like
The birds,
45, y'all.
right?
No.
The birds have to eat it. They baby bird it into his mouth. That's nasty.
Oh, that's a good image as well.
I bet if you ask Riot,
good.
like they'll be like, "Oh, Swain's like 30."
Right? Basically 1 foot in the grave.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, speaking of the color story,
Go ahead, Mark.
also by David Slagle.
Yeah, it's called the Black Powder Plot, right?
Yeah.
This is okay. I didn't write it down. I just.
Rad.
I
Oh,
just knew
nice.
I
You remember that? I did not remember.
Which is an extension of that LeBlanc story we covered back in the day.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I forgot about
Yeah.
that.
Exactly right. It was really neat because like it has been a minute.
Yeah.
So if you remember that LeBlanc story, it followed. I didn't write the name down. Granth. Is that right?
Yeah.
Granth, yeah.
Yeah. This Noxian general by the name of Granth, who had their cousin Hadrian had been leading them into the Immortal Bastion, and then LeBlanc showed up and turned out to be Hadrian and a bunch of LeBlancs, and Granth kind of like swore fealty and committed to LeBlanc's plot. But we're seeing it from Grant's perspective, and they are Noxus is trying to deal with some little problem to do with some mines, and it's not terribly specific as to where this is, I don't think, or at least it seemed to me just because this is some random little battle that they're fighting that has become such a quagmire that Swain, like your boss has to show up and be like, okay, why is this not fucking done? I've got to report on Monday. So Swain has shown up, and Granth is there, and Granth has kind of orchestrated it all. Granth has kind of worked to make sure that shit has gone haywire so that Swain will show up, and Swain is there kind of essentially like, okay, all of my generals, they're in their kind of war council, their war room, you give me solutions, right? I don't want to hear excuses. Give me solutions. And they start popping off like, get the war barks and the basilisks or let's go assassinate their leaders in the dark. And in every suggestion, Swain is like, but have you thought about the fact that the basilisks are fucking unreliable and will probably run and shit? I don't know why we use them. But, and Grant kind of can't contain himself and finally is like, you there, who also gave a shitty suggestion. I almost thought you would have a way to victory. And then it's kind of revealed that Grant has put a bomb under the table. This is like super trying to kill Hitler type shit. Where they got the bomb under the table, right?
I was thinking like Operation Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he has multiple points in like his stories, and I'm like, wait a minute, that happened in real life.
Sure. He reminds me, to take an aside, he reminds me a bit of like a Rommel type who like did a bunch of work in like, North Africa, Shurima, that type of shit, very successful, and then, came back and I guess Rommel was not successful in the Valkyrie shit, but Swain was. Anyway, so Grant is kind of like, yes, I've got the bomb. He's got a striker in one hand and the fuse in the other, and everyone's kind of like, no one's moving, and he's kind of ecstatic with how he's about to win and kill Swain. And then Swain, who's been wearing this he's been doing the thing that he does where he wears the coat and he keeps his arms inside the coat and no one sees what's going on, and then Swain's not plussed at all. In fact, he's like, Grant's got the right of it. Sometimes you can't win, and all you can do is just die, and you will still win because you got 10,000 behind you. And Swain throws off the coat, and Grant is kind of caught up in the fact that I guess Swain's got his magic demon arm, and then no one sees that shit. And before he can react, Swain's got him by the throat and kind of kills him. And as he's killing him, Swain is like, it's a shame you can't tell her that, about your failure. And then as Grant is dying, Swain sort of sucks his secrets out and kind of probably gets the full skinny. He gets to go read that short story on Universe page.
Right.
That's mostly it. Some pale woman. I don't know who that could be.
I don't know.
But that's mostly it.
I like one of the details I liked about this. So they mentioned like they blasted through our hastily constructed berms with explosive powder mined from hills that seemed even more barren than those of home, which is just another example we're hearing of Noxus just completely depleting their own resources to the point where, like, you know, conquest is the only way to not just fucking implode upon itself. And we get that in the next story too, so it's like it's a great recurring detail that they keep bringing up.
Wait, what's the next story? Is it the principles of strength?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I just say, Swain, buddy, like, get some better administration, my guy. We need to conquer lands to help supply Noxus, and they go to the most barren, like, even worse than Noxus itself.
We got to go to Sharima, harvest the natural resource.
Get some sand, bro. Nice.
It's for his glass art. Come on, you guys. Yeah. Yeah, I think that pulls it back to, like, the question of what is Swain's big goal. I know he's, like, big on, like, Noxus above all, but, like, doesn't seem sustainable. Is what he's doing in service of, like, combating some greater threat, like the Void or Mordekaiser or some bullshit?
It's weird because, like, I mean, he has the quote too, I think, that's like, you know, the rest of the world may burn, but Noxus will survive, which would lead me to believe that he's trying to, like, somehow protect or fortify Noxus, but that definitely doesn't look like what's happening.
I don't know. He has
it looks
another.
Like he's just kind of spreading his tendrils everywhere.
It's a good question, right? He has another one that's like, would they have wanted to survive if they could see what was coming, right? And it's like, okay, it feels like almost a Lysandra type of, like, there's some crazy bad shit happening, and I'm just gonna make sure Noxus will live through it. But you're right. Like, why wouldn't you be more of a Demacia type, maybe, where you just really hunker down? I don't know. I don't know how to run a fucking empire. Don't listen to me.
I think they just, like, they threw in, like, there's no natural resources in Noxus, so they're more sympathetic for going to war with other civilizations.
I could see
They
that.
chose the worst settlers of Catan spot. They somehow were surrounded by 3 deserts.
I mean, I guess
It's like they're surrounded by, like, tundra tiles. It's unplayable. Completely unplayable.
I never really play a lot of Catan. You two are, like, vibing on the Catan vibe.
Yeah, me either. It's boring as shit.
Yeah. Shit.
Damn.
We do have another example here of them yada yadaing. I do appreciate you filling in the blanks, Mark. But the quote is like, he let his coat fall open to reveal.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then
yeah.
ellipses.
Like, what's he showing?
Got his dick out.
Right?
It's a different red rocket.
Swain's membrane.
Sweet. Wow, you both had great ones for that one. Shit.
That's why we married each
Swain's
other.
membrane. Give him the old
Zane,
Raven.
the Swain brain.
He's giving him the old Raven wing. Just. It's good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do like it though, right? Like it's a neat continuation of that other story. Grant's description of Swain is kind of is really neat. The way he kind of talks about like this, like the sound of Swain's voice. Like Swain comes in and is kind of like, I don't know. He says something like, "How can Noxus achieve victory?" And it just kind of he describes it as like a blade kind of like being unsheathed and then kind of hanging in the air to see who of the generals will kind of test themselves against the edge. I was like, I kind of like the writing itself. I guess I will say I liked with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. Good story.
Sure.
I feel
But yeah,
like
it's pretty
it
short.
made me think very much of, like, I feel like I've been in that meeting at Riot specifically. Where, like, we're just all in a room and, like, a manager comes
Some
in. Some
producer
like,
comes
all right,
in.
Something fucked up. Who's gonna fix it? And then we're all pitching ideas. And they're like, that's dumb. That's dumb. That's dumb.
And then there's a bomb under his chair.
And then they choke you to death. You're not fucking wrong though.
The head writer comes in. Okay, which one of you clowns removed GP from the game.
Right.
We did it.
Dumbass idea.
We had 14,000 tickets sent in over the last few days.
The thing is, though, I'm sure they fucking love that. They're like, hey, who's here complaining about Gangplank not being in the game here? Who? And John's over there with his fucking bomb under the chair. Like, just, you want someone to be
Just
dead?
want to say, on the record, John has never had, nor will ever have, a bomb on the Riot headquarters.
It's meant
Okay,
for,
that's fair.
It was actually a box with all the tickets printed out. Yeah.
Be a big bomb.
Yeah, I know that feel. Yeah, I don't know.
Good
pretty
story.
neat.
I liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah. I like that Swain is drinking an Ionian wine and that it's very, I don't know, it feels very, like, appropriate for him that he's, like, sitting there enjoying, like, an Ionian vintage in this sort of, like, haughty sort of way. I don't know.
Yeah. I'd try it.
We own this place now.
Like,
This
you
is
got
terrible.
your fucking shit wrecked. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, I did forget to mention. I do feel like when we learned about the Placidian battle from Aurelia's point of view, it definitely leaves out the part where Ionia only won that battle because Borm Darkwool had reassigned basically all of the troops elsewhere to do random ass bullshit, and they just sent Swain in there with like a tiny little skeleton force.
I feel like that's, I could be wrong. Is that not in the bio, actually? That they kind of talk about how...
Yeah.
It's in Swain's bio for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that was news to me because we read all about this battle for Aurelia, and obviously Aurelia doesn't know that shit, so it's just like this big victory in Ionia. But now we're hearing about it from the perspective of like, no, you fucking assholes only won because literally everyone else was gone.
Honestly, that would be kind of neat to see her or someone like her kind of having to reckon with that fact that we only won because of like enemy incompetence, right? We never had a chance if they had done. It's like, you know, you're playing like a game, like a league game, and you're like, man, we are so fucked this game, and then they just throw super hard, and you're sitting there killing the Nexus. It's like, we should not have won this fucking game. There's no reason we should have won it. I would love to
God,
see
that's every victory I've ever
But goddammit, we'll take him.
right? I'd love to see Aurelia kind of have to come to grips with that fact a little, or even like use that as like an arguing point for like, hey, we can't, like, what are you talking about, military unification, etc.? Like, the only reason we won is because they were busy, I don't know, making Nox Torah or some shit, or, you know, who knows, right?
I do
Looking
think,
for stupid magic artifacts.
Yeah.
I guess I read it as at that point Borm Darkwool was already being controlled by LeBlanc. And
Yeah.
Oh,
At that point, yeah.
I think she actually took away the troops to kill Swain, basically.
Yeah,
But
that was
yeah,
for sure a
set
hit
him up.
job.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because
An unsuccessful one.
Because I think
all it did was give him demon arm.
yeah, it made him stronger actually.
Yo, LeBlanc is starting to look real fucking incompetent, I will say. Her academies are burning down. She couldn't
I
kill
really
Swain.
need like LeBlanc succeeding at something, because so far I don't think we've ever had a successful LeBlanc.
She got that skull from Elise that one time.
Yeah.
So that's one in the
There we
LeBlanc
go.
column.
Ding ding.
And
Ding, ding.
didn't she get a lot of artifacts by having Elise feed them to Valmar?
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I mean, that's not
Like I said, she got that skull.
that's not kind
I don't know what-
I
don't know what else she got. Yeah. She might be the faceless. Who knows? Maybe that's how she's working it.
I don't believe that.
No,
Yeah,
too
I
obvious.
kinda-
The third person of the Triferix, you mean, right?
Yeah, I guess to be fair, that from what we read in the one of the other things that's linked is probably not her. It's probably some assassin guild individual, but who knows?
It might be because it's Riot. I would hate if it is. I would hate it.
It's so hard because it's like, if it is her, then it does like really like cut Swain out at the knees, right? That he wouldn't know that, you know. But I think I
like
said
to
it.
believe that it is her, and he does know.
And I also like to believe that she knows that he knows.
And she knows he knows. And the two of them are just fucking off the clock all
They're
the time.
They are
was
so
about to say-
boning. Are you kidding me?
I was
For
about to say,
sure.
like, when are they going in a room together, right? Like, when is it
Yeah.
happening? Come on, just give me that.
They're just
stuff.
tricking everyone. Darius is gonna walk in on that one day. Poor guy.
Poor guy.
He's quitting
Yeah.
right there.
Just opens the door. Oh, fuck, my bad.
Oh my god. I didn't even I never thought of you as a sexual being. Swain.
But I'm not allowed to have a daughter. Real cool.
Oh, you use the ravens as a part of it? Ugh.
They're all watching.
He needs to see every angle.
Hey, Mark, bird's eye
What's
view.
up? Birds. I love it.
I don't want that.
Who needs a mirror on the ceiling? When...
Right? When you have three-eyed ravens on the ceiling.
What's the next story? What the fuck are we
Yeah.
talking about?
We got Principles of Strength by Anthony Reynolds Lenne.
Okay, I'll be honest. I did not reread this one because I think Swain is just kind of sitting around in his throne room and is just doing Swain shit. I don't know.
He does drop some badass one-liners in this.
Does he? I'm sorry.
We read
I
this a
didn't
while back for
reread it.
Darius. It's really good.
It is very good.
Yeah.
I haven't read it once, but I heard it like 4 times with you guys. So I'm pretty sure basically what happens.
You've essentially read it. You get the honorary "I read that" title.
But yeah, so I mean, I can do the quick recap then if you want.
I remember the summary of it. I just don't like. I don't know what the Swain part is because I remember he's kind of around and he sort of is like, okay, if you're good enough to do your job, tell me why, and she kind of proves herself, etc. The main character, and then he lets her be the ruler of the Delver Hold, right?
Yeah, in the Iron Spike
basically.
Mountains.
But before that, basically the brother comes up and is like, "Oh, Swain is totally gonna side with us because he's smart. He knows we're like the good guys." And then Swain just basically tells him to fuck off.
Yeah.
So, like,
So yeah, we've got like 2 visiting. They're kind of royalty, right? They're from like a noble, like the ruling family at the Delver Hold, but they're like the youngest son and like the daughter, basically, and it's kind of made clear that daughters do not have a whole lot of say here. So they're basically here to renegotiate a contract that they made with Borum Darkwill because Borum Darkwill isn't here anymore, and the brother's a little shit about it and gets called out a lot, which was great. One thing, he has a quote in this that said, "The mountains are being bled dry. It's unsustainable, and that's not good for anyone, not for us, and certainly not for the armies of Noxus." Another fucking Noxus just ruining their shit. Yeah, he was like, "Man, there must be concessions. We're out here in the mines toiling." And Swain immediately cuts him off. He's like, "Let me see your hands." He's like, "What?" And that's when Darius is like, "Yeah, let's see those hands that have been toiling down in the mines, this little fucking asshole."
Let's see those hands, boy.
He's like,
You got soft, furry hands.
"Not me."
little baby smooth hands, bro.
Right.
Smooth.
And then at one point too, the kid was like, "Do you know why we're here?" And Swain is like, "I do. Do you? 'Cause I know why you were sent here." Because we find out later that they were basically just sent as sacrificial lambs. The dad knew that they were never going to approve this change to the contract. So this was all just an excuse for them to secede from Noxus and not have to pay their tithes anymore, basically.
Damn taxes.
Fucking taxes.
Throw the tea in the bay.
But yeah, so they decide. Take that.
Got him.
Got him. Yeah, they decide. They think Noxus. Well, again, the brother, because he sucks.
Yeah.
The brother thinks Swain's on their side, and he's like, well, Darius isn't on our side because he's lowborn and nothing, but we don't need him. We need the faceless, so let's get some dirt on the faceless. Let's see their face. So they try to catch the faceless. Obviously, it was never going to work, but like... Essentially, they anticipated this, and they captured the brother, put the brother in the faceless outfit. It's kind of clear when the sister encounters the faceless that she kind of knew what was up, and then she just shoots him in the throat anyway. And that's when Swain comes back in and is like, "Yeah, this was a test. Why'd you do it?" She's like, yeah, I mean, he sucked. They suck. Everyone sucks. Like, you know.
She says this was your own diary.
This was never going to work.
on her
I knew it
MySpace
was
page.
never going to work.
A fellow family killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, Swain just puts her in charge of the Delverhold, gives her, I think, 3 members of the Triferian Legion, and they just walk into Delverhold, take it over, which is an important note because earlier in the interaction, Darius was like, yeah, your place is fucking nothing. I could walk in there with 3 members of the Triferian Legion and take over the entire place. And the brother was like, oh, how dare you? And she was immediately like, no, he looked serious. I bet he could fucking do it. And we find out, yes, he can.
Mm-hmm. It is real good.
Yeah, it's fun.
This is a story, yeah. Nice twists and turns.
It's a very good story, but if you read it 4 times, you know, you're gonna start skipping over stuff.
Also, this is Iron Spike Mountains, home of the Iron Spike Whip, no doubt.
I wish they would have never made that fucking thing.
Fair.
Yeah, it's fine.
So I like to imagine, because I also drew that conclusion, I like to imagine that the Stridebreaker, the blue one, is Demacia taking over those mountains, and the Goldrinker is Noxus.
I kind of like that.
Because the Stridebreaker looks like a clean weapon, right? It looks cool. And then the Goldrinker just looks like, I don't know, like a metal ball. Pretty Noxus, you know?
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah.
right. I mean, just the name even. Gore Drinker is such a Noxian name.
That's so Noxus.
It's edgy. It's Noxus or Darken. One of the two.
Hell yeah.
It's Noxus or Vex.
That's
true.
She's so edgy.
Yeah, I like that.
Good story.
What's next? Proclamation of the Triferics?
By Lori Golding.
Yeah. I think we talked about this way back with like Cassiopeia, I want to say. It's an in-universe...
Is she mentioned in? No.
Nah, just the Black Rose. I think we were just trying to give
Okay,
context at the time for like... She was probably one of the first like Noxians we'd really gotten into and trying to give context.
Yeah.
But it's essentially an in-universe sort of proclamation, like very immediately following Swain's coming into power, and sort of proclaiming like, hey, Noxian citizens, here's what's gone down. It's all cool. Darius came back and he said Swain took over, but it's totally chill. No one freak out.
That's honestly what it is.
You know, and like, hey, noble houses, if they swear fealty, complete clemency, and if not, they got a week to get their shit and get out, right? Don't worry about it. And if you stay around, we will kill you. Reckonings to start next Sunday. You know, like...
That's some Skarner mercy right there.
It was very Bioshock to me.
Mm-hmm.
It had that vibe. Just like this like forced cheerful tone of it. There's so many exclamation points. It's like when I write an email, they really should. You got to go through and delete some of those.
There's like a smiley face emoticon.
yeah, right.
Little
Reclamation.
thumbs up emojis. OMG.
Everything's cool.
Everything's fucking great. And then it also has a lot, it kind of waxes a little poetic, I guess, about like, but there's also evil at the root of the empire that they don't ever actually say like, hey, it's the Black Rose, everybody, if you see. But they do call on Noxian citizens to like just beat the shit out of Black Rose members if they see them.
Fucking
If you see any pale people, just kick their ass.
I like, not like, oh, turn them into the authorities. They said, all good citizens are obliged to do them harm if they are able.
Fucking stab them. I don't know. Spit on them. Kick them in the dick.
Hey, we're Noxus. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
God, so many people got their ass beat after that. Like,
Right.
they just like stopped and picked a rose, and they're like, "Wait, what did he just fucking do?"
Man. But I think that's, I don't know if I missed any major points. There is a sort of a little like, it's almost as if this has been sort of like archived or something by someone else in universe, because there's sort of like a little editor's note at the end that like, okay, just so you know, reader, like even though Swain kind of did this shit and was a little sort of bombastic, he did, cause this to happen and sort of ended like chattel slavery and etc. But in turn has fomented like anger and rebellion amongst the nobles, and they are likely to seek out his enemies. And maybe that's his goal, is to kind of get them all in one place and then squish them or something like that. They don't say that. That's me saying that. I think that's what he's trying to do. I don't know.
What I really like about the story is like, it seems like before Darius returns, there's like these 2-week periods where Swain has taken over and everybody's unsure. Like, a lot of tensions, and then Darius just walks in the front door with 2 thumbs up, and everybody's like,
Right?
I love
That's all they needed.
I would love that. He comes out and there's just a hush, and then he's the old thumbs up.
And then they all
thumbs up, and everybody's like friends again, like flowers are flying. People are
Not
happy.
roses though.
Not roses.
That's how they know if there's a black rose in there, instantly.
Gotta beat them up.
But yeah, I mean,
Reminds me of this is gonna be a fucking deep cut that resonates with
Great.
no one, but I'm gonna make it anyway. Reminds me so much of a scene in Iron Monkey where they're trying to catch the Iron Monkey, and they're just going around, and this guy's like doing a street act, and he's got a monkey, and they're like, "That guy's got a monkey. Come with us." And like another guy's like selling monkey paws. They're like, "Oh, that guy's selling monkeys. You come with us." And they just walk up to a dude on the street, and they're like, "You look like a monkey. Come with us."
what the
you
fuck
made me
is
watch
Iron
this movie?
Monkey?
It's an old kung fu movie.
You have made me watch this movie.
Is it a comedy? Is it like a comedy action scene?
I feel like all old
It's
kung fu
supposed to
movies
be.
are comedy.
Is it the Kung Fu Hustle guy? Made
Hey,
it?
no.
No, it was
Oh,
more
really?
serious than Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The Kung Fu Hustle guy made Shaolin Soccer, which I may have
You
made.
made,
okay.
you made me watch one of those movies.
Interesting.
I remember
I'm
watching
trying to look
it,
up this movie.
but I don't remember.
I remember nothing else about that movie.
No.
That scene really stuck out to me.
It is funny.
Is
Like-
Quentin Tarantino?
No.
No,
It's-
it's
that's a-
Oh,
It's
that's
very
that's
It's-
Unmasked the Legend.
it's Yuan Wu Ping or something.
Well,
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino presented an Iron Monkey sequel, which
Oh, shit.
quote 2 thumbs up and more fun than Crouching Tiger.
Oh shit.
That's a big claim. Although Crouching Tiger is
Fucking
like 4
Iron
hours
Monkey
long.
Gauntlet's throne.
I love this in-universe stuff. It reminds me of when we did Scion, and there were like the in-universe like, I don't know, like notices about like, hey, Scion's back, everybody, and then the other one was like, hey, Scion's back, everybody, get the look out. But I do love this. This shit is super cool. I wish Riot would do it more for like just wherever they can, because it's real neat to see things that are written very like mixed media in universe type shit is super fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I feel like a lot of them don't survive because like a lot of them get released as microsites if they do get released, and then they never make it onto universe, and they just kind of get lost to the ages.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
really cool to see more stuff like that, like when Jarvan the Third gets assassinated.
Oh,
like
yeah.
reading a newspaper where it's like front page, like
They could call it something like the.
I watched all of us simultaneously try to think of a funny article name for this.
What about
And none of us got it.
Journal of Justice? I'm just spitballing here.
I don't know. I feel like it's a little too. But yeah, I mean, I think I've said as much that I would love to see like propaganda posters in Demacia, like pro mage, anti mage, you know, sort of like what those two camps would kind of create and what they would look like. Tons of fun. Like think World War II era type stuff.
You do actually see a lot in Mage Seeker.
Oh really? Oh
yeah.
Fuck! I'm so excited. I haven't started playing it yet, but I will like soon. I kind of have to.
Soon PM.
Yeah. Right.
No, but I
yeah.
think like stuff like this kind of glues everything together, in my opinion. You have separate stories, and then you have like a little article of somebody like trying to find Janna's nudes or something, like, you know, something stupid.
Well,
That's
Glues it together.
that was
that one
as I say,
really,
the linchpin
really brings me in.
was it all falls apart without it.
Janice nudes are the glue that hold the Riot lore together.
Well, they got pages stuck together. That's all.
I knew there was going to be a pages stuck together line as soon as I said Janice
I'm
nudes and glue.
fucking sorry.
That's because it's the only reason the Watchers are here. They're just trying to watch.
I love it. But no, I know what you mean. I totally like it. It really fills the world out, you know. Makes it feel very like kind of more authentic. Like and stories kind of like the Progress Day one, which I know we have mixed feelings about, can do that too. But doing it in these very different ways, and also ones that are shorter and consumable, is also a nice way of doing it too.
Yeah. And I think doing something like not doing it from the eyes of a champion, or like somebody who's interacting with the champion, but something completely separate, right?
Yeah, I would be curious. Do we want to talk about? There is a story that Swain is mentioned in called "At the Edge of the World," which I don't think there's any other champion in it, but that it also kind of fits that bill of like it's just someone who's not even really interacting with Swain. We could talk about it here. We could maybe talk about it with Zyra. That's a big fucking maybe.
We have nothing else to talk about with Zyra, so
Almost assuredly.
although that'll be our last episode. So
I'm fine. I'm fine either way. Regardless, it fits that bill too, and I had enjoyed reading that as a part of this, adventure. I don't know. Is there anything else on Universe page for Swain though? After this,
No,
I think that's it, right?
Not on Universe.
I guess the
There's
video.
the video. There's and this isn't on Universe, but there's the Katarina comic that we talked about too, which is badass. Basically, we mentioned Swain only shows up for the very end, but Katarina's dad is trying to kill Swain. Just family things. He does some crazy magic with LeBlanc's help to prevent Swain from seeing him, because, Swain sees shit. But Swain can still see Katarina, and Katarina was fighting him, so all that protection didn't do shit. Katarina's gonna sacrifice herself, and Swain shows up and saves the day, and fucking blows up her dad in just the coolest fucking way possible. Just monstrous and awesome. Which we talked about the incompetence of LeBlanc, but I actually had a note here too. Like, is this the third plot in the Swain lore alone of LeBlanc's to be thwarted?
I think it's like their foreplay is like she tries to kill him and then they meet up.
Ooh.
Hey man, we don't count anymore.
Yeah, this version of Swain is very, very cool, and I think we get a little bit. It's mentioned elsewhere, like in the whole reason for starting the Triferix. No one person should have control, but in this story, you really get that Swain, he has this demon. He is currently using it in a way that he sees fit, but he is not sure how long that's going to keep going, or if the demon's going to get stronger than him and take over. So he's essentially putting a bunch of contingencies in place so that if he ever becomes not him, there will be people in place that can kill him and make sure that the demon does not ruin Noxus.
Mm-hmm.
And Katarina's one of them.
And Katarina's one of them. She's
Yep.
she's seen his power. She knows how to kill him now, is what she says.
So two
Yeah.
things about the comic is one thing. First and foremost, I'm gonna take credit because if you go back on the Discord, 3 weeks before Mageseeker and the comic basically got announced, I was talking. I think it was to Knoka or something, and I said I want Swain to obliterate someone because we're in Noxus. He basically in one day took over the entirety of Noxus. People are gonna try and do that to him as well.
Sure.
So I kind of
Sure.
wanted a show of strength, basically. Like, give me a reason why Swain isn't getting assassinated every day. Probably because it's
LeBlanc's
LeBlanc.
so bad at it.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
because it's LeBlanc. Like, why is not some random general, like, walking up to Swain with a knife in his back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they'll see him coming from a mile away.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Sure.
the easy explanation you can give to it. But I really wanted to, like, have something that just shows to the public, hey, don't fuck with this guy. This guy,
Yeah.
I don't know. So I was really happy about that one. And then also, I kind of like in the comic how Swain gets, at first he gets portrayed as invincible. Like, he basically holds a nuke to someone and just lets it go off. And then 1 page later, you can see him like, well, this will kill me. Okay, the demon will kill me. So I like how there's like both sides there.
Yeah. For such a short appearance, it's very effective for him. I think between like this and the short story, it really does give you the kind of like you were wanting examples of like, hey, here are people trying to kill Swain, and here's why that shit doesn't work, which is a really serious concern in Noxus, kind of like you said. Like, yeah, it seems very reasonable that a lot of people, I mean, he's got a lot of enemies. It makes a lot of sense that someone would take the tack of like, well, what if I just get a gun and shoot him or something like that, right? And here's why that doesn't work, you know? Yeah, he's really I really like, he's so cool, man. That panel
so
where he
fucking-
shows up is so fucking cool. Yeah.
There's so much build up leading up to that panel too. They're talking
Sure.
about Swain this entire comic, and we never fucking see him. Not even a hint of him. And Katarina's so loyal to him, and she never sits down with him either. So like to finally see him at the end, it was just done so well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, cool guy.
Now I have a long ass list here
Of things he's mentioned.
of things he's mentioned in.
Okay.
And the context. So, first of all, Noxian Brotherhood comic. This is a Swain Darius piece. Swain was sitting with Darius when Draven challenged him, but Swain pieced out before the fight started, it looked like.
Is this like a Wild Rift comic? I vaguely remember this from both the D Brother episodes. Were they just gonna
Who knows?
fight or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were going to fight each other, but then
but then
they
some
released a
crazy
monster
yeah.
instead, and they worked together to fight the monster.
I thought it
Maybe
was
Swain released the monster.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
Swain that released the monster. Because I think the
That's where
challenge
he
was
went.
to the death. And
Yeah.
Darius is like, hey, you stupid fucking idiot, I have to kill you
Right, now I got to kill you.
And then
Yeah.
I always thought it was Swain who released that, like, lion tail basilic, whatever it was.
It tracks.
Yeah, right. It's like I need
He
both.
doesn't
these
want
people.
either of his
Yeah.
champions to kill each other.
Yeah, basically.
Let's see. We've got In the Mind of Madness, which is the Scion story where Swain's kind of controlling Scion to fight. He wakes him up, he rampages, then he uses some sort of magic to put him back to sleep. Then we got Message on a Blade's Edge, which is the Katarina action piece, where she drops a sweet-ass Swain sends his regards right before she murders someone. We got Sisterhood of War Part 1, where the Noxians mention that Swain better have the backbone to actually finish the war in Ionia, unlike his predecessor. Then we get Blade Dancer, the story, where we get to hear about Aurelia cutting Swain's arm off, and then we get to see Blade Dancer, the comic, where we actually see Aurelia cutting off Swain's arm. And that's the new Swain, too.
New and
point.
improved.
We've got the Crimson Reaper, which is Vlad, where Vlad's essentially retired. And then when Swain took power, he comes out of retirement for one last job, which is to oppose the Triferics under the guise of a socialite.
One last ride.
That's when he died.
Let's see. Obviously, we've got the Deceiver, which is LeBlanc, where she's actually the one who manipulated Swain into executing the Black Rose by leaking information about their involvement, then pretending to be executed. And then she worked with Darkwill to ensure Swain's legacy was a failure in Ionia. But then he went and did the uprising instead, so joke's on you. We've got,
but now they're lovers.
But now they're lovers. Sorry, enemies with benefits. As
that is literally what Swain says in game.
We got Glorious Executioner, which Draven, with less people coming to executions, Draven was kind of bummed out and he was drinking a lot. So Swain found him, gave him purpose to help him depose Darkwill, which, likely was just to get Darius on his side, because that was kind of like an ace in the hole, like, come support me. Your brother's supporting me.
All the cool kids are doing it.
Well,
all the cool kids, you said?
See, we got the Hand of Noxus, which is the Darius story. Darius returns to talk about the shitty wars they're doing. He's here to bitch to Borm Darkwill. When he gets to Noxus, Borm's already dead. And Swain's taken over with Darius's help. On the one hand, his duty was to Noxus, but on the other, he kind of liked Swain, so he dug the Triferics.
He gave the thumbs up.
Yeah, he gave that Darius thumbs up. We got the Saltwater Scourge, the Gangplank bio, where we find out the Gangplank stole Swain's personal ship, the Leviathan, and Swain has sworn to have him torn asunder. But, big question, you can do that, Swain. You have massive armies of Noxus under your control, and Bilgewater's Bilgewater. Gangplank is a big fish in the smallest fucking pond ever. Tear him asunder. What do you...
In the
other things going on.
In the timeline, is this pre-demon or after demon?
You kind of you know what? I have no fucking idea.
I have no clue as well. I'm just spitballing here. Because, you could see Katarina fighting on a roof. You can see a warship coming towards... hey.
Yeah.
Could
it's hard. The Leviathan is also a card in Runeterra, which is a big fuck off thing. And now, to be fair, it's on the land. It's not a ship. But I like the idea that it's something that can be both a land ship and a sea ship. I don't know.
Now I understand why I can ult on the rifts. The ship is probably just behind the shop or something.
Right. Let's see, we got the Cassio bio, where Swain's uprising is the inciting incident that made Soriana du Couteau rush Cassiopeia to try and find the godlike power hidden in the Shuriman tomb, which led to her snakification.
That's what we're calling it? Okay.
That's what the doctors called it, okay,
yeah.
Mark?
A little pamphlet. So you're turned into a snake.
They've only given away one, but that's why they made them.
I told you these would come in handy.
I kind of need an altered logo of the Red Hot Chili Peppers now.
Right. Let's see, we got the Shuttered Manse, which is that Elise story, where Elise is going behind Swain's back to smuggle powerful artifacts to LeBlanc.
Powerful artifacts to LeBlanc! This is a tough sentence, honestly.
It happens to the best of us, John. Don't worry about it.
We got the Undead Juggernaut, after being sidelined for collateral damage and scaring the troops by Borm Darkwill. Swain found a way to harness Scion's rage and use it to punish enemies of Noxus. Then we've got Thorns of the Black Rose, which is the story that put Garanth into the dark path that led to his failed assassination attempt. And finally, we've got the one you mentioned at the Edge of the World, where some ex-noble doing dumb shit to restore their family name since Swain took power and their family name is worthless now.
Yeah. We'll save that for Zyra. That'll be a fun...
Yeah.
We'll fill out the Zyra episode a little bit.
Maybe get 20 minutes out of it. Who knows?
A tight 30, I think, with Zyra, but we'll see.
Welcome to the last episode of the podcast. Okay, that's me. Goodbye.
So, yeah, what do y'all... That's pretty much canon.
That's Canon Swain.
Canon Swain.
Yeah.
He's so fucking cool. He's so cool.
He's still cool,
Oh,
yeah.
He's so
God.
cool. I will say that I think one of the reasons I need to be able to understand Swain's motivations, Ray, like some big, larger threat, is because I need to understand how to contextualize things like the Ionian invasion and shit like that. Is he just an imperialist asshole, or is he actually working towards something, towards some greater good at the expense of others? And that's like the big question mark with him.
Mm.
It seems like he's the in-between between Azir and Lysandra. Like, just an asshole, or like trying to save the world.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't it be funny if, like, through all the vision, he was like, oh, okay, there's all this bad shit coming. I guess the only way to stop it is to collect magical artifacts from all over the world. Fuck. Orm Darkwool had a point this whole time.
Hey guys, I know we said we weren't gonna do that anymore. But
Awkward.
Trying to find a way to spin it. Like, okay, how can I sell this? How can I fucking sell this? All the Noxian spin doctors, the PR people, are there.
For some reason, in my head, I always had it that Swain is still in Ionia to collect artifacts about the demons, to learn about the demons. And then I was like, well, like, what are you doing different, right? Like, you're basically Orm Darkwool. You're trying to find out about demons to harness their power. Same thing.
But this time he's not afraid to use Scion.
Right.
Okay,
That's
but
true.
what actually is the relationship between Scion and Swain? Because I don't get it. Because in game,
best friends hanging for bed.
but in game, if Swain like talks or like taunts Scion, Scion will answer back with, "You are not my general."
You're not my dad.
Yeah, basically.
Scion, go to your fucking room. Go to your monument.
Whatever, Dad. I hate you.
Yeah. It's a weird thing because, like, that's one where there's kind of like a direct conflict between his in-game quotes and his color story.
Mm.
Where, like, in the color story, it's like, oh, Swain, I respect him. I would follow him anywhere. And then he's got that, you're not my general. Like, well, make up your fucking mind, Swain. I know you've got a bad memory, but...
Fuck's sake, you
Scion.
teenager. Like, make up your mind already.
Yeah.
The way I had kind of read it was almost that, like, Scion's mind is so kind of fucked up that he almost doesn't get that it's not
The same person.
Darkwool. Yeah, he kind
Yeah.
of... And Swain just kind of takes advantage of that for his own purposes. And that, like, if Scion had a clear head, he maybe wouldn't... he wouldn't work with Swain or follow him or something like that, you know?
I can see that.
Yeah.
The rift clears his mind.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
And to come back on a point you made earlier, Mark, about Swain's like end goal. I don't think we should have an end goal for Swain yet. I think you just make the goal like kill LeBlanc, right? Because if he does like absorb the memories and knowledge of the person he kills, then I think his priority would be to kill LeBlanc, since, you know, she's like this everywhere, right? She basically has all the knowledge in the world. So I think Swain, like, as a small scale goal, air quotes, is, you know, kill LeBlanc, get the knowledge, and then see, like, oh, the world is like fucked, so should probably do something about that.
Or kill Bard.
I was gonna say, there's a lot of fucking old ass people just hanging out in Runeterra that he could get some info from.
I like the idea that Swain, like, he kills the one, he's like, oh, wait, Runeterra is, like, fucked up. Did y'all know there's, like, crazy bad shit happening?
Hey,
everywhere.
Darius, are you sure you don't want to be Grand General of Noxus, man? Like, I mean, I can't
I'm retiring.
Retiring.
He kills LeBlanc. They're doing what to mages in Demacia?
Oh, have y'all heard about this?
Jar and the
That's the one
Third
thing
was
you
killed.
know.
What the
Right. He's just completely incompetent. Fuck. Yeah, I mean, I think it's almost more like I just want to understand like Swain's motivations more than anything. Like, is he someone who kind of thinks that maybe like Darius that Nox, like it's like a manifest destiny type almost, that like, yeah, Noxus should rule the fucking world because we have it figured out. Everyone else is fucking up, and Noxus has to kind of step in and be like, no, you idiots, you children, here's how you do it, right?
This is how you fuck up your natural resources.
Right, this is how you strip mine. Let me fucking tell you. Or is it like yes, I know that what I'm doing is at the expense of these people, these whole swaths of people, but it's for like keeping some semblance of like civilization or like humanity or whatever through some sort of cataclysmic event, as his quotes kind of imply sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he should totally try and kill LeBlanc. I don't know. Maybe that's what they do in the bed. I don't know. They got that rough play going on. I don't know.
I think if you want to move Swain's story further without like a big like stalemate, because you're never gonna kill LeBlanc, right? And LeBlanc is never gonna kill Swain. You show him going mad step by step, and you don't do the same thing as like Darkwill with like collecting artifacts, but he just starts killing people to gather knowledge, right? Like, he gets obsessed with the knowledge that he gets from the demon. I think that's a good way to like show the demon's influence on him.
Sure.
Just getting super high off of
Knowledge. Just read a book,
Knowledge.
Swain. God damn.
It's called the library.
boring.
Basically, I'm trying to make a cool male Ari, is basically what I'm trying to do here, right?
I see where you're at. I don't hate it. Yeah, I
He
love the
just
idea of corruption. in
starts
him.
going like, that's the only way I see that the demon of secrets would actually like influence a person, right?
Sure, gets like sustenance off of just getting that info. Yeah,
The gossip.
for sure.
All right, now before we say goodbye, now don't look at the screen.
sorry.
Yeah, I have some quotes for us. Now I want you to tell me if this is Swain or Tyrion Lannister.
That's a good one.
Unfortunately,
Not
the first
Tywin?
one I have actually is the one. Yes, Tywin Lannister. My
Okay,
bad, my
thank
bad.
you.
Oh, Tywin makes more sense.
Yes. The first one, unfortunately, I had is the one that you used at the beginning, Mark,
Ah.
which was a very
Oh,
Tywin thing
sorry.
to say.
Very Tywin.
But
I would
it's
have known
cool.
that one because I did read that one too.
Actually, all right. Here we go.
Okay.
You really think a crown gives you power?
Fuck.
That's it?
I think that's
It's
Tywin.
too short. That's
Yeah,
Tywin.
that's
Yeah.
has to
Swain's
be.
quotes are so fucking long, dude.
Now, it should be noted, I have also taken snippets of quote.
Oh, okay. They're not
Oh.
all full quotes.
It might not be the entire thing for either
Oh,
of them.
okay.
I
I'm still gonna
like
say
it.
Tywin.
If that impacts the guess at all.
I'm gonna go with Tywin still. That sounds.
Tywin
Same.
as well.
All right, that is Tywin.
Yes.
I swear, if one of these quotes is gonna be like D and then just ends, I'm not playing.
Gotcha.
You're thinking on another level. I like that.
Every moment we do not kill them, their advantage grows.
I know.
Tywin.
I think.
Oh,
That's,
you know.
I know.
I think that's. I think I know as well. I will say because I know
Go for it.
Swain. Okay, sorry. Spoiler. I'm pretty sure it's Swain.
Yeah, it's Swain.
No,
It's
okay.
Swain. I play Swain. It's Swain.
Oh,
That
you
is
play?
Swain.
Okay, that's.
Listen, I play Swain too. Doesn't mean I know what the fuck he's saying to me.
It's the only sound I have on, so.
Just the quotes. You're gonna be good at this one.
Right? Any man who must say, I am the king, is no true king.
That's Tywin.
That's
That's
Tywin.
Tywin.
I
That's
distinctly remember that quote from Game of Thrones.
What if it's both?
Oh my god, is it?
Then you're probably going to know this next one.
Oh.
Any man who must say we are winning is not truly winning.
Oh, that's really funny. Is that
fun.
Swain then?
That's gotta be Swain.
That one is
yeah.
Swain. Burn the villages, burn the farms. Let them know what it means to choose the wrong
Hide
side.
your kids, hide your wife.
because they're burning everybody out here. That's Tywin. I don't think that's
I'm gonna guess. Okay.
It doesn't sound like Swain.
Doesn't sound
Yeah,
like
I go with whatever Shupa says. If Shupa says it's not Swain,
Swain,
with the
Swain
expert.
wouldn't burn stuff. He would like try and increase his pipeline for like
That's
5
true.
days.
ooh, I
He
like
needs
that.
those
Yeah.
cows.
Yeah, for 5 days and then they're gone.
We gotta milk
That
them
is,
to exhaustion.
That is gross.
Please don't say the words milk into exhaustion ever again, Mark. You regretted it as soon as you said it.
Hey, Mark, where can I sign up for that?
You're not getting ahead of me in line. Let me tell you that much.
Y'all. Keep going, John.
Yeah, that's Tywin.
Yeah.
The sooner we kill them all, the sooner we can leave these forsaken wastes.
I just feel like what I want to say about this podcast right now. Tywin.
Yeah, I'll throw Tywin.
I'll go Swain. I'll go against the grain.
Ooh.
That one is Swain.
Ah,
Nice.
fuck.
See, that's why I answered last.
Yeah, I figure you're going to know.
I owe you a debt.
Oh, come on. That's the most fucking Game of Thrones shit. It's Swain then.
Ooh, yeah.
Swain
I like
on
where your
anyone
head's
debts?
Or
at.
is it the double blind?
I
Oh,
owe
shit.
you a debt.
The
I
problem
owe
is
you-
it could be Swain because maybe he's talking to the demon, but I don't think he actually talks to his demon, so I'm gonna go Game of Thrones.
I'm gonna say Swain because I think he's talking to Aurelia.
I think it's Swain. Yeah.
It is Swain.
Hell yeah.
Who is he talking to?
John didn't write that down.
Didn't
Oh,
write
fuck.
that
No.
down.
I'll look it up, but you continue.
I think it might actually be if it might be if someone kills him.
Oh, really?
Oh, that makes
and then
sense.
he talks to the demon, yeah. Again, I
Oh, it's if he gets an assist. Okay.
okay.
Ah.
That's close. And then finally, a one-handed man with no family needs all the help he can get.
That's Tywin. I know that's Tywin.
Tywin.
You're a bastard for this, by the way, because I think it's Swain, but I don't think it's Swain. Like, Swain has a quote that's so similar to this. I'm gonna go Tywin. I don't think he says family.
That one is Tywin.
Oh.
He
The
has
Swain
one.
quote is, a one-armed man
Needs all the help he can get.
needs all the help he can get.
Wow. You know what?
Those
They
are
knew their
similar.
inspiration.
I was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
that's exactly what Swain says, but like, there's something not right about that.
You know your Swain quotes. Can I say fun fact also, the voice actor for Swain is a character in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Who? I'm not going to remember who they are.
Okay. He's one of the he's something Tarley, Randall Tarley, I think.
Yeah.
I'd have to see a picture.
Yeah, you
It's
wouldn't.
been a
recognize-
while since I've seen.
He's not like a
Game of
big
Thrones.
player. He's like a
Gotcha. That's sick, though.
Yeah.
And I've got some notes here for some just random other quotes because he has a lot of fun quotes. More fun quotes, I think, than a lot of people. So we'll start with the references. Only this and nothing more is a Raven quote by Edgar Allan Poe. It is better to be feared than loved. It's Machiavelli. They move swiftly for all the coins weighing them down, and the mind is the weapon, you are unarmed, and fame has gone to your head and found ample room within, and you're the only man I know who believes his own words even after he said them. All Discworld references.
Damn, the
Oh
quote.
shit.
And furthermore, do not confuse cowardice for wisdom. You can sit on a throne that doesn't make you a ruler. It only means you have an arse. They expect me to play fairly. We aren't even playing the same game. Patience is a virtue, but it has its limits. There's nothing noteworthy about Demacia, but that is in itself worth noting. and I was born a patrician, I became a soldier, all specific references to Lord Haverlock Vetinari of Ankh-Morpork from Discworld.
Oh.
Okay. I should probably read some Discworld, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's see. He has a few quotes in here, too, that are similar to his old quotes, just mocking them a little bit. Old Swain had a quote that said, "A calculated risk." And New Swain has a quote that said, "A calculated risk is no risk at all."
Oh.
Amen.
And then he's got another one, Old Swain, "I'm 5 steps ahead of you." New Swain, "They are 5 steps from realizing I am 10 steps ahead."
That's
Is that what you guys were referencing?
Yes, that
I
was
had no idea.
That's a whole 15 steps, by the way.
Yeah.
Swain making me my fucking calculator out here.
Calculate that risk.
Yeah. Calculate this motherfucker.
One of his joke lines. So one of his original joke lines was, "Think logically for 1 sec." And now one of his new joke lines is, "Caw, caw, 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 caw. There, are you satisfied?"
Are you not entertained? I am Swain, thank you. Very wholesome.
Now, he has a bunch of quotes to champions, just kind of like spilling the tea on their secrets. A few that I liked. To Asol, "What is this about siblings?"
I don't remember.
To Darius, "No daughters, only soldiers."
Yeesh.
No
Hey,
daughters, only soldiers.
No touching.
Hey, that's the guy who gave you a thumbs up, by the way.
Right?
Hey, come on,
Hey,
man. Let him have a
respect
daughter.
Let him have a
Let him
daughter.
have a daughter, Swain.
Now, this one I'm curious about. To Fiora, "She spurned so many suitors. A wonder they did not see why."
Yeah, what's up with
What
that?
did they not see? What
She's
don't
not
we
like
know?
other girls.
An asshole.
They didn't
Yeah.
say.
She doesn't play with dolls, guys, come on.
Right?
She plays with a sword.
Let's see. We talked about this a bit in the Garen episode, but he's got a quote to Garen. "Ignorant of the very magic you carry into battle. How Demacian." And then to J4, which, again, who knows? Probably not. Canon. "His blood is the only useful thing about him."
Maybe it's still useful, but, they haven't gotten a chance to use it. Who knows?
Way out of pocket, by the way. Like, Swain is actually
Right?
way out of pocket. Like, he just roasts everyone for some reason.
Right? To Jinx, "Faces fading in the flames. It was all her fault." Which
Way before Arcane.
also Fiddlesticks' quote to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a bit different, right? Like, that's even horrifying. Definitely with the voice actor.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Fiddlesticks one,
He's
oh
got
my
a
God.
he's got a slightly different intonation when he
Yeah,
says
yeah.
it. It's you put them next to each other, you can barely tell them apart. There's just like
Yeah, there's-
to the trained ear, you might catch
There's
it.
a bit less whiskey in the voice, I'd say.
Yeah. Less whiskey and more gargled glass. So to Cassidon, "So he's heard the rumors. The girl who came back." So
Cool.
Cassidon might be on that Kaisa shit,
Pull the trigger, Riot. Come on.
right? You teased us several years ago.
Probably when the void event happens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Soon,
Any day.
yeah.
Any day.
To Talia, "She feared what she could not understand herself."
I haven't done Talia yet. I don't know what she's talking about.
To Singed, "Why is he still alive?" Another one of Darkwill's loose ends. And the LeBlanc ones. We talked about this one. "I suppose this makes his enemies with benefits. You see every flaw in me, and you do not even blink. A bit unwise, wouldn't you say?"
Ooh.
And then he's got another quote when talking to any other member of the Black Rose. thorns in my side, but your flower is truly something to behold.
Yo!
Come on.
Okay,
They're fucking
never mind.
Come on.
boning, dude.
Never mind. We're on the train now. They're fucking.
Right? They're totally doing it.
Yeah, that was what I had for
You missed the Warwick one.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, Warwick. She was closer than he realized.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, that
I
could
think-
be like 200 things. Okay, yeah.
Mark's wife is sending me pictures.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, she's sending me a Barbie meme. We just saw Barbie the other day together.
But yeah, so that's all we got for the Swain stuff. And I mean, Shupa, thank you so much for joining us.
Sorry
It was
we kept
great
you
to
up
have
so
here.
late.
I'm
Yeah,
so
I know.
sorry we kept you up so late.
Don't worry, it's only 4 a.m.
Oh my god, go to bed. I'm so sorry.
Fuck this sleep.
But truly, thank you for joining
Yes,
us.
thank you.
Yeah,
It
and
was tons of
do you
fun.
have if people want to find you, you have anything you wanna plug?
I'm basically only on the Discord. I don't use social media otherwise.
Nice.
That's it.
So join the Discord if you wanna rub elbows with Shupa.
Yeah, sure.
That's what all the hip kids say.
I do
Come down
wanna
to the
say-
sock hop.
Hey, you cool cats.
I do want to throw out something in the void real quick.
Oh, go for it.
I like the voice actor of Swain. I think he does a really good job. I might just like Wayne June, if you know him from the Darkest Dungeon, as narrator.
Oh, interesting. I mean, I've played Darkest Dungeon. I'm trying to think of the narration, but it's not coming to me. But
You
it's
should-
probably cool.
You should definitely look it up. If Swain sounded like that, I think it's
Even better.
perfect. It's done.
You know
So-
our venerable. Yeah, I'm trying to. Our venerable house.
Oh, man.
Opulent and.
Wow.
Yeah.
A devastating blow. Okay, well, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
thanks
you.
for being here, man.
But yeah, I mean, I assume you want to go to bed. You're welcome to kind of mute yourself and stay here, but
Also, go to sleep. It's 4 in the
no
morning.
obligation. This episode will be out, Monday. So
Okay, well, I'll catch it then, I guess.
all
right,
right,
man, get
have a
that
good
rest.
one, Chupa.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.
All right, so y'all want to hear some old lore?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's got some.
He does have some.
Oh, that's
Got
good.
some. Swain has a dark and mysterious past
Oh.
that no one knows.
Some say he's an orphan.
He just showed up one day to a doctor with his leg broken in half, seemingly not in pain. The doctors reset it, still no reaction from him. And then when they offered magical healing, he was like, nah, fuck it, and just asked for a spare crutch and then left. Then he joined the military, which no one is quite sure how he did, because Noxus at this time was all about physical strength. So, it's presumed that he would have just been pushed aside. But he not only joined, but he quickly rose through the ranks, with his commanding officers often taking demotions just to be in his unit so that he could take over their position.
Huh.
Then, before the Ionian War, he was put on inactive duty, which he was not happy about, but again, showed no emotion. And it was said that his face was so unplaceable that it was popularly rumored to be a mask disguising something utterly inhuman beneath.
What the fuck?
I like the idea they're trying to scare Swain. Like, pooh. Can't get anything out of him. Stone faced.
I do like the idea of a champion who wears a mask, but it's hard to tell if they're actually wearing a mask or not. That could be fun to play with.
Right?
Sure.
Not for
sure.
Swain. I think Swain works better elsewhere, but
Maybe like a shakeout
mimic you
type.
action.
Yeah.
yeah. Another demon.
Yeah, and then we got... Oh, he's in a bunch of Journal of Justice articles, y'all.
Oh, okay.
So he shows up issue 11, where General Dooku To mysteriously disappears from the market one day, as opposed to, looking for him. They were like, well, we got to fill his spot on the advisory council, y'all. We can't waste time looking around. And in comes Swain. So for his coronation ceremony, he came arm in arm with one Amelia LeBlanc.
Scandal.
Amelia.
With an E.
With an E, yes.
Like the chef. Emil is it?
Emily or Emery?
Emery.
What's
Oh, okay. Like Emerald? Like
Emerald. That's it, Emerald.
That's one. You got it.
Bam.
We got there in the
I
end.
was thinking about
Bam. Kick it up.
a jar of sauce.
Now, issue 18, just as Jarvan III was about to sign exclusive mining rights to Kalamonda after Noxus was caught doing some shady shit there, Swain shows up with a captured Demacian soldier who admits to framing Noxus. When asked by J3 why he did it, he said he was following the orders of J4. Chaos ensued. The witness was left in custody of a neutral third party until a later date where he could be questioned, and then both parties left peaceably. Kinda. And then issue 20, things are still pretty tense there. Things haven't really settled down in Kalamonda yet. Noxus and Demacia both have camp set up, and Swain is just stalking the perimeter intently. He's seen to be stalking it at all times.
Okay.
Issue 21, the mailbag of justice. Someone was curious, why is it that whenever I summon a champion for a fresh bout on the fields of justice, they must be retrained? It seems odd to me that General Swain would forget how to summon the Ravenous Flock, or Headsman Urgot how to calibrate his hyperkinetic position reverser. Which
Wow,
is
the old
nice
Urgot
throwback for that kit.
Holy shit. That's a good fucking
Is it,
question, by the way.
Right?
It is.
Is it some sort of matter of attunement between champion and summoner?
Oh, don't
And
give
then-
them an out.
Right,
I know,
exactly.
and then Riot was
then
like,
they
"Oh,
immediately
shit,
were like,
yeah."
"You've hit the nail on the head, summoner." The link between champion and summoner creates a new being comprised in part of both of them. In the same way, it might take some time for you and a partner to get into the rhythm of running if each one of
not
your
what I
legs was tied to the others.
Not the
Shut the
current
fuck up.
of running.
Right?
Stop it, right?
So too must the summoned being learn to utilize the powers within. And then when the link is severed, both champion and summoner must decompress from the ordeal, settling back
a
into their
cigarette.
bodies.
Oh my god.
And this decompression removes the understanding they both had, which is why if the same summoner summons them the next match, why they have to level up,
They have
rebuild
to
the connection.
Sit at that candlelit table again and ask about their siblings.
Fuck off.
God. I'm so happy they don't try and explain this shit anymore. Some dumb shit.
God damn.
Why did they phrase it that way? It sounded so horny.
What? The Journal of Justice? Horny? This is nothing like what I expected.
Maybe Swain just does that to people.
Right?
It's possible. I've seen his Bilgewater skin.
Oh my god, yeah.
Issue 24. In a shocking twist, you're not going to believe this.
Oh no.
General Borim Darkwill was found murdered outside Kalamonda, along with this whole platoon of guardsmen. There were no signs of any attacking force, but Swain accuses Demacia, because they're the only people with a military that's capable of an attack like that.
That's like way too much of a compliment on Demacia, I feel like.
Yeah. And this was, I think, when a lot of Swain's kit was also like, magic that necrofies or decrypifies people. So, also suspiciously, Swain demanded that the bodies of all the people be burned, as per Noxian tradition.
Sure.
And let's see. J3 denies these claims, obviously, and he's willing to talk to Swain to prove it. He's like, "No, I've got proof. We didn't do this." Swain's not interested in the meeting. He declines all invitations to the meeting. Issue 25. Now this is the infamous issue. This is where Swain was just basically doing his rounds around camp, and then J4, who had been lurking in the shadows, just fucking jumps him, and not in a sexy way. And even people like Tryndamere, randomly who they interviewed for this article, said, that's kind of odd behavior for J4. I wouldn't have expected that. And anyway, Swain uses this as an excuse to attack Demacia. They have a steel and slugs battle where it's just kind of both sides agree not to use any unsanctioned magic. You know, we're just gonna hit each other a bit. It's gonna be cool.
Great. They're like the Jets and the Sharks organizing a rumble. Yeah. Bottles, chains.
Yeah. No face punches. West Side Story.
West Side Story.
Oh, I was thinking like the fight from Anchorman, which is where
even
intellectually I live. I've not seen West Side Story, but I have seen Anchorman.
You've not seen West Side Story?
No. Sorry.
It's okay.
That's all right.
I love Lamp. Anyway.
Anyway, after this attack, J4 again mysteriously disappeared, leading some to think he was killed or captured. Now, the kicker is this, folks.
Oh.
They have a picture of this battle in the article, and if you zoom in on Swain's breastplate in this battle, where Jarvan should have been reflected, instead, LeBlanc's face is reflected in his breastplate. Meanwhile, in Noxus, Katarina is still investigating the the disappearance of her father. And she even says, if my father were here today, he would be the undisputed successor to Darkwill. It's too great a coincidence to ignore that two of the most powerful men in Noxus have been removed from their positions in so short a time span. Why is no one else suspicious about it? Is it just me? I guess it's just me. So issue 26, after some shit goes down in Kalamanda, there was fighting happening, and the Institute got tired of the fighting, so they sent a few summoners to put a fucking stasis bubble over the entire city, stopping time. And then they just went into the bubble, pulling people out individually, stopped in time. Because that's what the fucking League does. So Demacia and Noxus are renegotiating a peace. Swain is now the acting general of Noxus, the acting grand general.
Not as cool of a title.
No.
The acting grand general Swain.
And then 28, we have a mailbag of justice. We've heard of the Raid Zell, which we haven't. So this is the Ride Zell is probably how it's pronounced.
No, I've not heard of this.
But this is basically an elite Noxian fighting force. We've even seen them in action against the Demacian Vanguard, but a lot about them remains unknown. Like, who are they? Why do they have 4 glowing eyes? So that's something. They have 4 glowing eyes. Are they no longer human? Is it an enchantment for intimidation purposes? Is it possible their attire is directly influenced by General Swain? Or is it simply Noxian custom? Perhaps either the Journal or a champion could give more information? This seemed to unlock a memory for you.
He's looking at it, I think.
Sorry, no. I was just gonna ask: is this like the crimson, ribbon and Talon? Is like the Crimson Elite?
Oh,
is it
like
related
the AU Crimson Elite?
Is it really related to that? For a second, that's what I thought it brought to my mind.
Maybe. I don't know. They don't have the mask. I feel like the mask is.
Yeah, I think never mind. Yes. I don't think they're related. I think my brain.
Maybe it's their new version, because I feel like they also abandoned this entire thing.
Oh,
so
sure, yeah,
Crimson
right.
Elite is like the whatever the new version of that is without 4 eyes.
Yeah.
4 eyes.
Fucking nerds. So they answered basically. Zariv Ridestal was a general. He was basically hot shit, and everyone wanted to be in his group. But to do so, you had to challenge him to a fight and draw blood. If you could not draw blood from him, he would just kill you. Now, he wore an enchanted four-eyed helmet into battle. Unfortunately, he got a little too big for his britches, and he challenged Borm Darkwill and got fucking wrecked. But, challenging people stronger than you is still, like, something honorable in Noxus, so they still honored him by, the people who used to follow him still honor him, take his name, and have, little helmets that look like his.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And then two more. We got issue 30, where Swain returns to Noxus, and it's been a fucking bloodbath. Basically, every powerful general is vying for the position of Grand General, though most are killed shortly after throwing their hat in the ring. Although Kieran Darkwill, who is Borum's son, is a top contender for the role. And
his son?
Yep. Remember his son? His son,
guy.
guys? Surely we've mentioned him before, right? He didn't just appear out of nowhere for this article. Darius would also have been another top contender, but when Swain returned to Noxus, Darius backed him instead, which really threw a wrench in the works, because a lot of people were like, yeah, we can get behind Darius, he's cool. But they were like, I don't know about Swain as much. But again, he gave the thumbs up. So the Darius thumbs up holds power in old and new lore.
I mean, he's the hand of Noxus. That's what it's all about.
That's true. Shit.
Now, finally, issue 31. Following a duel, Swain defeats Kieran Darkwill and becomes the Grand General. It looked like Kieran was going to win the fight, but then Swain just fucking disappeared and reappeared behind him, a real fucking nothing personal moment, and snared him. And after snaring him, he just declared himself the victor. He's like, I win. And he just kind of walked away and was like, Darius, you can finish this off. So Darius came in and just fucking chopped his head off.
Damn. Fucking power move.
Right. So High Command then backed the promotion. Katarina obviously not super happy about it. Although, she knows it's the way. Like, he gave Kalamanda to the League in exchange for power in Noxus, which was a bold move, a strong move. The strong may rise to power here, but this wouldn't be Noxus if there weren't always others with the strength to challenge them. That's pretty much it. Later in this article, too, some Demacian writers he was a Demacian editorialist and was like, beware! Swain has power in Noxus. Stay strong, Demacia.
Thanks for the heads up. Thanks for letting us know.
And he has a judgment.
He does have a judgment. Yes, he does.
Yeah. Did you want to take us? Do you have the notes? Do you want to take us through the judgment?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. So it's a Swain judgment. He's going in. He is totally in control of his environment. He's sort of like he's smirking the whole fucking time, as he goes in to get his memories peeled back, and he's in there, and he goes into the memory, and it's the memory of, I guess, whatever incident it was that caused him to get his leg fucked up, where he was attempting to assassinate a 13-year-old Jarvan the Fourth. But
and he fucked it up?
Apparently. They don't go into detail of how he failed to do that. But the whole time he's sort of like, yeah, wow, this is really real. This is exactly how I remember it. Man, it's intoxicating. But he's not at all sort of, like, he's never hoodwinked in any way. And so the League sort of is like, how does it feel to expose your mind? And he's like, cut the bullshit. I know that you know that, yes, this is like my greatest failure, and this is the weakness that is in my brain that, it haunts me and shit. Let's get down to brass tacks. And so it's revealed that the summoner who's interviewing, doing his entry in his intake form or whatever, his interview is none other than like High Counselor something or other. I didn't write down her name, but she's a really big wig in the League, I guess. And so he's like, I didn't realize you'd be doing the old entry exam here. And she still kind of it's weird that she's like, okay, Swain, I get it, you get it, etc. But you do need to formally say, why do you want to join the League of Legends? He's like, I want to join the League of Legends so I can take power in Noxus. And then he kind of brings her in close. He's like, and also I want to fucking kill Jarvan the Fourth, and I will. Just so you know. And they've got a little back and forth too, where she's like, don't worry, all of the secrets in your mind, you know, because the summoners have access to all the shit, all the secrets that any champion has in their brain, but we won't use it against you. And he's like, okay, great, and I won't use yours against you, because he's got his little secret bird or whatever.
His secret bird.
I don't know. And then they're like, okay, fine, Swain, you're in, you're good, you've passed it with flying colors. I did find it funny how much of a stickler they are about you've got to like do this formal thing, because they don't do that for like half of the other judgments we've read. There are people who are constantly not answering questions. Karma or whatever was like just giving sass, and they're like, whatever, Karma, you're in.
You're in.
We've already designed your champion. You're in.
Maokai, you're already in. I just want to learn more about you.
Yeah, Skarner,
How did you become you? Skarner, fuck yeah.
Right.
Tell us about your people.
Yeah, apparently they stand on ceremony sometimes. So I don't know. You know what I found crazy about the Swain is like he had one old bio, and for the most part, aside from like some of the detail work, like the core of the champion is like has not changed at all in terms of the idea, which is kind of like they had him nailed down. It's just like the little details, right?
Yeah. Just smug know-it-all.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about this during the J4 episode 2, but Swain does show up in J4's judgment as well.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So basically during J4's judgment, something mysterious happened to the summoner who was supposed to be doing his judgment. So a slimy Bilgewater summoner who was easily bribed took over instead, moving his judgment to an earlier time slot. And would you believe it, it was all a trap by Swain. So J4 comes in and Swain just fucking attacks him. They fight back and forth until the same summoner who did Swain's judgment.
Oh, really?
Comes in and basically just force chokes the two of them across the room, and it's like, hey, cut the shit. Which, I mean, she really should have seen this coming.
Right? Yeah.
He couldn't have been more clear.
I love that they have like time slots like they're the fucking DMV.
Right?
You gotta go online. And
now serving A23.
God, I've been here forever.
That's where all the failed ones show up. Because like,
right?
we assume they accept everyone because we only see the acceptances. But they've got like, for every one, there's just like 100 random assholes. Fucking helmet bros there like, I'm ready for my time slot.
How shitty do they have to be to not get
you're gonna need Form 9B, dude. Like, you got no magic? Oh, man. You gotta fill this out in triplicate.
You need 3 forms of identification. This does not actually count. I know it has your name and address, but we can't accept it.
It's just...
Yo, fuck the DMV.
That's too fucking real. Let's stop being funny real quick. Oh, fuck me.
Now, only other old stuff is we mentioned that short story Reborn, which is after Swain kills Kieran, he pours through Darkwill's office looking for secrets. Much has been cleared out, but he does learn about Scion and the resurrection ritual, so he meets with LeBlanc to see if it can be controlled. And to do so, he uses the last of J4's blood, which they do specifically mention, like, hey, we've got J4, like, you know, what'd you do with the rest of it? She's like, oh, I got a little bit left. And he's like, all right, sweet.
You holding?
Yeah. They even say, like, this time I won't use it for chicanery.
Chicanery.
So they use that to bring Scion back to life in a more controllable way.
Sure.
Now we got some cinematics. You guys saw a few of them. You guys saw the Noxian Grand General, that Swain teaser. It was pretty cool, but I think the main coolness of this was how he looks in comparison to how he used to look.
Yeah. It was a big difference.
It was very cool to see. This was kind of the first peek at the new design, and it was very fucking cool. Now, General's Might, which is the Swain introduction to Wild Rift, was way cooler.
Yeah,
okay, but what about Wild Rift?
Oh, what did I say?
I thought you said riled whipped. I don't know. Or whatever.
I might have said riled
I
whipped.
don't think you did,
That's
but-
100% something I would have said.
But I like riled
It's been
whiff
a long
lot.
fucking episode. It's okay.
Can you play wild whiff with me?
Do you have games on your phone?
Get on your phone.
Now he shows up also in the Dominion trailer. So Swain in this starts by one-shotting Teemo. Then he and J4 get into a big fight. Swain turns into a big bird, which is his old alt.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's just a big old ugly-ass bird.
Hey, come on. All birds are
I
beautiful.
calls it like I sees it. J4 alts him back, and then J4 stabs him through the chest. And then Swain starts pulling his soul out or some shit, from what I could
Dementor
gather. J4 uses his shield and steps back, and then he looks like he's going to stab Swain again. And Swain's ult had just worn off, so that would have been pretty bad. But then Cassiopeia pops up and just ults J4. But then, before Swain can finish him off, Lux comes and ults Swain. A lot of ults here.
Yeah.
A lot of
real
ults burned in
fiesta.
this team fight.
Yeah.
For one kill.
Classic. I'm the fucking support. Why are you trying to kill me so bad?
Wow, you used all like. Was ult worth it? Wow.
All chat.
Try harder.
Yeah, we literally had a Lux do that in the other night in the game after someone killed her with an ult or some shit.
Lol. Use everything on me, why don't you?
Right.
Now, so Swain is listed as being in Rise. I couldn't find him anywhere, so I'm going to assume that people meant because there are birds in the beginning. Even though those are clearly crows.
Wow.
Bet you're right.
Well, called out.
Yeah, so if you know where he is, and it's not that, you just let me know. Now, Duo, this is another one of those videos that highlights content creators, and this was Lily Pichu and Slightly Musical playing Lux and Ezreal against a Swain. So Swain ults, but then Ez and Lux just simultaneously ult and he fucking blows up, which is not what happens, but sure, go off. All right. You ready for AUs?
Yeah.
There's actually not a ton of
Look 'em up.
AUs. There's just a handful of AUs.
I'm so tired. I'm really sorry.
No, it's good. It's late.
Uh-huh.
It is. I was up late.
All right, first up, we got Bilgewater Burning Tides. Welcome to Bit.
Oh,
Welcome to bitch water.
That's a real stumble.
Right?
Oh, man.
I love bitch water though, man. I go there.
Bilgewater. Welcome to Bilgewater, where fortunes are made at the end of a gun. Anything you might need can be found on the slaughter docks, whether that be some hired hands, a sea monster stew, or a captain who will send you to your watery grave. Don't know why you're looking for that, but you can find it there. And we got Bilgewater Swain. What is a ruthless dictator to do when he tires of the burdens of empire? It's a pirate's life for Swain, me hearties. Plying the seas outside Bilgewater, his flagship, the Beatrice, prowls, searching for storm-racked and serpent-choked vessels, each carrying the promise of plunder and souls.
This is like midlife crisis, Swain.
I mean, he's 30. He's way past the middle of
Sure,
his
you're
life.
right,
Mark.
you're right.
This guy's ancient.
He's essentially decrepit. He's
We got Other Roads. A feather knight flaps its wings, and halfway across Runeterra, an ocean drake surfaces. Our lives play out, fickle as words on parchment, the paths before us as unknown and exciting. What if the road taken instead was the one less traveled? This one's Tyrant Swain. Swain, though a mighty leader of men, was no match for the ancient demon slumbering beneath Noxus. As dark energies flowed through his once human body, the new Grand General gave his first decree. Kneel before me, or die.
that's actually
So
pretty
this is-
fucking cool.
Yeah, this is the when Raum takes control. This is who Swain will be.
Cool. I love it. Do more shit like this with skins, please.
Although,
Yeah.
fun fact about this skin can actually be seen on the right of the Battle Bunny Ribbon Splash. It is who she's fighting.
Really? Man, shit goes haywire once.
Right? Wait, what happened to Ribbon? She decided to dress like a bunny after Swain became a tyrant.
Tyrant Swain really into the Playboy thing. He's super.
All right. Then we got Dragon World. Twice did dragon fire consume the world. Twice from the embers were heroes born. Dragon Master Swain. Seeking to turn the very essence of dragons against them, the great dragon slayer Swain battled beneath the earth for the souls of ancient long-dead worms. In his hubris, he was consumed by their power, emerging a corrupted thrall of the monster he once swore to destroy.
It looks really cool in this one.
He does.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And like a lot of this is one of those skins that also completely changes the ravens that follow him all around to the
Yeah.
map. So he has little dragons following him around the map instead.
Nice.
Which, for the record, is just a very cool visual touch for Swain.
It
Like
is,
everywhere he
yeah.
goes on the maps, there are like little ravens near him.
Pretty cool. Pretty fucking cool.
Very cool. And now we've got the Crystal Rose, not to be confused with the Black Rose. Romance and joy are in the air at the yearly Crystal Rose Festival, where adversaries meet on peaceful, neutral ground to share a night of dancing, merriment, and making wishes for the future. Everyone is expected to leave their weapons at the door as a promise for a better tomorrow. This one's Crystal Rose Swain. Swain knows how important the alliances formed at the Festival of the Crystal Rose are, and how fragile. His determination to see the event go perfectly has gained him a connection with Zyra, the Rose's protector. With her help, he intends this to be the most successful festival ever, and that he will be celebrated as its architect.
Okay.
Then we have Tales of Borealis. When the air grows crisp and the first snow falls, look to the sky, for Polaris will appear. Do not be afraid, for if you've been virtuous without expectation, you might be rewarded with the Aurora's blessings. But remember, no matter how you act, you cannot take your fortunes for granted because Polaris comes every year and no one escapes punishment.
Okay, turned so fast.
Winter-blessed Swain. The hunter, Swain, made no acknowledgement of his fellow leaders and was the first to put himself forward. He desired the Aurora's blessings to better provide meat and pelts for his people. After making his case, he gave the smallest of bows to Polaris, who watched with a face as serene as moonlit ice. Satisfied, Swain stepped aside and waited for his gift.
Did he get a gift? Is it like... Did he get
It's
punished?
a new car!
We'll never find out.
Oh, okay. Because it... Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, the way it was written is that, like, I assumed he was going to get, like, punished because he didn't... He was, like...
Right?
He didn't... He gave a
He
very
did
small
bad.
bow. Yeah, he didn't curtsy properly.
Yeah, he'll probably be punished,
Okay.
but we don't get to see it happen. Much like his bio, they're just going to skip over the best part.
Cool.
And finally, we have Hextech. Now at the forefront of science and art, Hextech has evolved from its rudimentary beginnings into a modern renaissance of intricate artificial life forms capable of free will. Skilled artificers lead the medium into a bold new future, but what it will bring, none can say. This is Hextech Swain. The Hextech artificer known as Jericho Swain is an almost legendary figure among Piltover's growing upper crust. Though he professes not to meddle in city affairs, he's been quietly integrating various Hextech components into his own body, and with them, unparalleled access to the eyes and ears of thousands of artificial creatures.
Okay, he's kind of like Renata then. Right? He's got, like, a bunch of surreptitious access to, like, Hextech shit or something like that. Did I hear that right?
So he's got he works as like an artificer what he's done is basically set up like a botnet of cameras all around the city, and then like install the receivers into himself.
So
which
he's
I don't
just,
know why
like-
he had to do that.
This sounds illegal. It's like a peeping Tom situation.
Oh,
more
it
than-
is. He's been very secretive about this whole thing.
Swain, I don't know if you know this, but what you've done here is actually illegal. I think.
You're breaking the law,
This is
sir.
like a federal offense.
And also, why did you do it this way? You could build screens. You don't need to port them into your body.
It's less evidence that way.
I guess. Unless he's like ever getting down and dirty with LeBlanc, and she's like, "What are these screens all over your body?"
Yeah.
So wait, Swain's got like all the sex at LeBlanc 1 star.
Had to get the Sunny reference in there. Man.
Now we got some fun facts.
All right.
Let's do it.
Swain was designed by Stephen Cornock de Rose, which
Neat.
I feel like it seems bad that de Rose designed Swain when he's so anti-Rose. Swain is voiced by James Faulkner.
Nice job. You have a really good voice.
Mhm.
James Faulkner, not you, honey.
No.
Sorry. Nice job on the fun
That's
facts,
cool.
though, too.
Yeah, that's fine.
I was clearly talking about the voice actor. What?
You've done
I
a
don't
great
know,
job arranging these fun facts. I love it, man.
Swain was the first champion to be announced and then reworked before he went live. It's a real quick rework.
Damn.
Yeah, I kind of remember that a little.
Never Move, another
Never
reference to the
Move.
Raven.
Oh.
Yeah, it was, I think from what Turley said, it was called Never Move as a joke, and they were
Yeah.
gonna change it to Nevermore, and then they never did, and they were like, that's a fun pun now,
Yeah,
because it was his root.
yeah.
His Demon of Secrets is named Raum, as noted by Fiddlesticks. And in real-life demonology, in case you're curious, Raum is stated to be a great Earl of Hell, ruling 30 legions of demons, and is
Oh.
depicted as a crow, which adopts human form at the request of the conjurer.
Not a raven?
Not a raven.
What the fuck?
You had one job.
I feel like they messed that up. I
They
feel like
really-
it's supposed to be a raven.
Real cock-up, if you ask me. That was a real boner.
What? Sure.
Swain likes to play a Vestayan strategy game called Za, which is similar to chess.
Okay.
Okay. Or like Go, I assume, something like that. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of these are from the AMA.
Mhm.
A combination of the AMA for the Swain rework and the AMA for Rel, since a bunch of it came up during that. The six-eyed ravens around him are not actual ravens, but rather just manifestations of his demonic power, which we...
They're going to say, but rather crows. This whole time.
But no, we get to see this in the Wild Rift cinematic too, where kind of like we see the crows give him knowledge and like melt into nothingness.
But what do the ravens do?
Fuck.
So he knows about the world runes, but he does not know where they've been hidden by Rise.
Okay.
Swain is aware of most major threats around Runeterra thanks to his
Ravens. You put
ravens.
crows.
But has decided to deal with them later over more immediate threats.
What do you think is top of the list? Swain.
I would
Taking
love.
care of that mining problem from the
Right? What are you talking about?
I want to see how Swain has ranked the problems.
too.
Right.
Like Diego.
I want to see the
okay,
post-its
he's-
on his wall.
Diego's down there, I feel like.
I want to see
You know,
Swain's
he's not
Trello board. Like, okay,
Yeah.
shit.
Let's see. Swain and Aurelian Soul are tied for the most knowledge about the universe. And Zoe comes very close.
They're tied. Like
Tied.
the guy,
About
one.
the universe? No, I think that's stupid. I'm
That's-
sorry, Riot.
That's the facts.
All right.
Okay.
He's a space dragon.
Who created the actual planet that Swain is on and from. Whatever, it don't matter.
It's fine.
It is a little weird because they do also specify that, like, Ram wasn't always here, and he has no knowledge of secrets that were before their time.
The first breath of creation.
Obviously a lot of early and soul shit was, but whatever. Go off, Riot.
It's he figured it out somehow.
The art spotlight for his first splash is the first one ever released.
Oh.
I think I'd say it's the first one that didn't spoil some shit.
I guess technically it is. Swain is one of 14 champions that have an ability that infinitely stacks. In Swain's case, Ravenous Flock infinitely stacks his health. His Vision of Empire is the longest limited range ability in League at 7,500 units. His dance references Fred Astaire's Top Hat, White High, and Tails dance.
Aw.
His voice act. Oh, we already talked about that one. The Randall Tarley. That's the character. That's that one. And his bird's name is Beatrice. But fun fact: in the Hextech AU, his bird's name is Peacog.
Do you think in that universe they say, like, suck my cog?
They absolutely do.
Peacock.
Fuck.
Peacock.
Get a feel for it. Peacog.
Peacock's a terrible name for a bird, though.
It's a real funny name. I remember learning that when I was a kid, and I was like,
you're
I
like,
get to
that's
say pea and cock in the same. I haven't been so happy since I learned about the titmouse.
I get to say tit and mouse? Oh my god.
My parents never let me say mouse.
Oh,
That was
fuck.
Swain.
Yeah.
That was Swain.
Yeah. Any final thoughts?
Fucking exhausted.
I know, me too. Well, thank you so much for listening. Swain is cool. We want more, as always. We have merch.
Woo!
There's a link in the description. Hopefully the right one. bonfire.com/store/league little dash thing Loreheads.
Just called
I don't know what those are
dashes.
called.
That was the best way you could have said it.
Well,
There's a link.
that
Click on the link.
dash-like symbol.
The
I
little,
don't know.
the little dash-like symbol. I'm also tired. Shut up. Mama's doing her best. We also have a Twitter. It's @Loreheads. And we have a Twitch, twitch.tv/Loreheads. John streams on Saturday evenings, EST. He does TFT and ARAMs with viewers. Maybe this Saturday. Actually, by the time this comes out, it will be after that Saturday anyway.
So definitely this Saturday.
Yeah. And then I'll stream. I was trying to do Monday. It's either Monday or Tuesday. It's what it's looking like. Just depending on how Poppy was that day. And we play some norms and some ARAMs, not with viewers, just chilling, hanging out. Yeah, those last games were rough ones.
Hard
Come see us
fucking
get our
games.
shit absolutely
Just
fucking
absolutely rocked. But we got chill vibes, and we're not mad at each other. It's
Nah.
fine. Yeah. Yeah. No.
We're mad at everyone else.
Yeah. Just flaming everyone. I'm on my 8th account. They all keep getting banned. I don't understand. And we have a YouTube where we post clips and videos of our episodes. And we have a Discord if you want to chat with Shupa and nobody else. You can only chat with Shupa. Please join the Discord. And we have a Patreon. Thank you so much for all of our patrons.
But a very special thank you to our Medarda tier patrons. Big Man Gnomes, King of Hearts, Shupamoustache, Trideca, and Pee Pee Poo Poo. If you were trying to hide secrets from Swain, I too would make a deal with LeBlanc to use dark magic to protect you, even if it cost me everything.
Well, that means your wife and your child.
Yeah, that is.
But honey, the patrons.
That's true. It's fair.
Pee poo poo. Come on now.
Pee pee poo poo. We gotta support pee pee poo poo. I'll be sure to let Poppy know.
Pee pee poppy.
Don't. She's already gonna get shit. Heart's already calling her poopster. Okay. I'm an idiot. How do we say the new champ's name? Is it Nefiri? Nefiri?
I was saying Nefiri.
Yeah.
Nefiri? How have we been saying, Mark? Nefiri?
Yeah, Nefiri.
Okay. Please join us next week. We are going to talk about the new champion, the Hound of 100 Bites, Nefiri.
Ow.
Ow!